just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. How rappers made racism worse. I talked about this in the sports reference before where I said, you know, sometimes I look at modern day sports as a way to keep racism going, because when you're watching a meritocracy in action, it looks like the best of the best don't look like the majority of what America is. So, hey, y'all keep running on that field and playing on that court, and and it used to be on that baseball diamond and playing up in the Olympics. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing in these offices to make sure you'll never get a fair shake in life. No. So I'm using that same thought pattern when it comes to this, how rappers made racism worse. Some people are thinking about, music and the gangster rap and this, that, and the third. No. I'm talking about the business aspect, because what rappers were supposed to be was dumb gangbangers who are making music to save their life because they made dumb decisions. And over the years, some of these dumb gangbangers, ex-drug dealers, felons, and even the people who pose like they're that, have made some of the best, and just rappers in general that are not gangster rappers, have made some of the best business moves for what they had to, what they had to work with, that I think, people in the business world are like, can't never get these fools. No, we give them an inch, they'll take a mile. What am I talking about? Do you remember when 50 Cent came out, Get Rich or Die Trying? And then all of a sudden, the vitamin water acquisition, and it was like being a part of vitamin water, and then it being bought by Coca-Cola, and people was like, what the heck just happened? And thus the beginning of them 360 deals, right? Like, you can't make these other deals with this money you've made and cut us out. Be a businessman for yourself. It's like, oh, okay. You've seen, I've seen, the reason why I use Master P in the thumbnail is because Master P had like a 90-10 deal or something like that, an 80-20 deal, because they didn't believe in him. But his hustle was so ridiculous, he made hundreds of millions of dollars. And then after the career is over, now he's selling, food and beverage, basically, making money and having a product. And this is all from rap. And that's gangster rap. That's the negative section, right? So people got to go listen. We gave these, and then we got people who got regular standard record contracts, who wind up growing into things like LL Cool J, standard record contract. Then you remember, he was one of the first when he was invested in FUBU, and then he did the Gap commercial with the FUBU shout out, and they didn't know what was going on. They just thought it was just a great little verse, and it was like, yeah. And then FUBU blew up, and then, and then you got subsequently the Rock the Bells tour, and you got, which is going on now, but the Big Three, which he's a part of. Speaking of that, Ice Cube, standard record contract, goes solo, then just pivots into making movies. And it's like, yo, and becoming an actual movie producer. And it's like, no, we can't, we gave these fools an inch and they took a mile. Not to mention numerous artists who finessed the industry out of money, like, Frank Ocean. I'm in there, you got to pay me, I'm out of there, goodbye. The guys who decided to go independent route, like Ryan Leslie, and make their own thing. The people like Gucci Mane, who was just dropping mixtape after mixtape, album after album, and to the point where the record labels couldn't keep up. But he made it a dope business model. Currency did the same thing with his mixtapes when he first started out. So, and you can, Kanye West, with the whole, the Yeezys, But past the Yeezys, you know, the clothing, but also Virgil and having these other guys, all these fashion houses, and changing the whole sneaker dynamic. That's a problem. Rick Ross with the Wingstop thing. That's a problem. You know what I mean? Jay-Z really Diddy first with the throwing all these great white parties, you know, and then all of a sudden pivoting and everybody drinking Ciroc and that, and then, you know, Jay-Z decided, hey, time to ace of spade this thing. And then, you know, 50 Cent did Effin', and then he did another one. Ludacris did one. Lil Flip did one. You know, it's, so now these guys are in the beverage park. And the record labels and the businessmen like, whoa, what's going on? Jay-Z, when he first started, before Tidal even started, when he pivoted to make, when ringtones was selling just like singles, but he decided you had to download his album from Sprint, the phone company, and it shut down, it crashed the site. It's like these people are like, these guys are thinking too far out of the box for me. Like, we give them a little bit, and these are supposed to be the dumb, ignorant, street, hood guys who are going to lose their minds at some point and get killed. And they're running circles around guys to the point that it's like, yo, but we was screwing them in these record contracts, and they still found ways to win. It's like, and it's one after another, after another, after another, keep doing this stuff. Soulja Boy, the way he even came in using YouTube and the internet, whole nother thing. So to me, you know, and parlaying a rap career into products to the point where it's like, this is why racism is going to keep going, because when people say they're scared of competition, these are supposed to be the dumb guys. What happens when the smart guys get a bag? They ain't met a Al Heyman in rap really yet. You know, but like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.